All right, so today we're trying to understand insurance claims, and this is part two of it with ICO Insurance PLC. So last week we began that conversation. We had an insightful discussion with representatives from ICO Insurance PLC on how customers can file insurance claims. Today we continue that conversation with a focus on the different types of insurance claims and the process of lodging one. So if you've been trying to lodge an insurance claim and you've been finding it difficult, today is another day. So let me just bring to the microphone this evening. She's joining us via the phone line. Oluwatoyin Dada is a retail non-life claims manager for ICO Insurance PLC. Oluwatoyin, nice to have you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you. It's great to be back again.
Good. So how's your day been? So far, so good.
Very well. Fantastic.
All right. So before we move on, for those who missed last week's edition, we discussed the basic steps for filing claims with ICO Insurance PLC. And if you never listened to that edition, be sure to check it out on our social media platforms. Precisely on YouTube, you can go there and then you'll be able to get that version, that edition of the program on insurance claims with ICO. All right, so let's dive deep into the types of insurance claims and how you can lodge one this evening. So let's start first with the basics. Toyin, what are the different types of general business insurance claims that customers can file in for?
Okay, well done, Mr. Victor. Yes, we have various types of insurance. Insurance is lengthy, but I'll be speaking on the very common one, and the first one is motor insurance. You also have a fire insurance claim. You have burglary insurance claim. Then you also have personal accidents claims.
Okay.
And then we also have many more.
Right. So these ones are the major ones. But let's begin and let's have you, give details of each one. So let's start first with the motor insurance insurance policy. So how would you define it first off?
Okay. Yes. Certainly, motor insurance is actually designed to protect the vehicle owners from financial losses, which may arise from accidents to maybe the insured car or the third party, whether on the road, in the streets, anywhere, as long as it's within the coverage area of Nigeria.
Right. Okay.
So motor insurance also covers total loss, damage to the customer's vehicle in case it happens. That ensures the repair and compensation are covered depending on the policy type.
Right. So what's the total loss damage?
Okay, so total loss damage, this is when the customer's vehicle has been in accidents that made the vehicle to be like a total write-off.
Oh.
So it's not fit again. So it could be fire incidents that lead to that. It could be theft, it could be stolen. Or maybe they are unable to locate the vehicle after some period. We have period of waiting. So if the car cannot be located, that will be treated as total loss also.
Okay. And we do come across that on a daily basis. We hear people talk to us, or we hear vehicles that catch fire while driving on the road. So somebody who has a third-party motor insurance or who's purchasing one, can he make a total loss damage claim?
No. That's not applicable for total third party. So this benefit is only available for comprehensive on our different platforms.
Okay. Only those that have comprehensive.
Yes, exactly, sir.
So how can our listeners, those ones that are listening to us right now, they have a third-party motor insurance. How can they lodge a motor insurance claim?
Okay, like we emphasized last week in the last week conversation that the first thing to do is to make sure that you are safe. It's your safety that is key to us, paramount to us. So once you're safe, then you should proceed to report the incident through our channels, especially our eye contact at ICO PLC. Or you go to our website, or you visit any of our branches all over Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Is that the way it works?
You after that, after you have lodged, after you have reported, then all the required documents that has been listed. For example, like we're talking about motor now, so just get a complete estimate of repair, your pictures, the damage area, then you send it to us alongside. So if the claim is on the eye side, we can get an assessor immediately that can come and assess the loss on spot. Or if it's not that magnificent or it's not that heavy claim, we can do that via a phone, a WhatsApp. We look at it and we assess it immediately and we go into process.
Okay. All right. So does this process apply to the total loss damage as well? Those that are filing for total loss damage?
No, that it does not apply. It does, but this is now more a bit complicated. But it's just that the documents required are more
Okay. For the total
than
loss
the
damage.
party. Or yes.
Okay.
That's just it.
So for clarity, total loss damages claims will apply to those whose vehicles are more or less like a write-off, right?
Yes.
Or perhaps
Yes,
the
sir.
vehicle has been burnt beyond recognition,
Exactly.
or perhaps the vehicle has been stolen and it cannot be found.
Yes.
Okay, so that's total loss damage.
Yes.
All right, we're getting it little by little. So, how long does this process usually take?
Yeah. Once we receive all the necessary documents, we typically process the claim within 24 to 48 hours.
You mean it?
Yes.
Within 2 days?
Yes.
So-
But for more complex claims like total loss,
All right.
it may take a few extra days due to the detailed information that's involved in verification processes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just curious now. So if you say total damage claim, right?
Yes.
If the vehicle was stolen, won't we need some time for us to find out if...
That's just what I said. For a complex claim like total loss, it might take few extra days.
Okay. But the
Yes.
other ones, like you said, it could take just 24 hours, 48 hours.
Within 24 to 48 hours, sir. Yes.
So all those bashings that we have on the road now, we have a collision between two vehicles, two motorists. Somebody scratched my car, or somebody, pulled up my bumper, and all those kind of arguments that we have on the road. You're saying within
Yes.
24 hours, 48 hours, that can be solved.
Yes, upon full documentation.
Right. So why the need for a fight? I mean, why do we have people fighting on the road then, if that's the case? That sounds
That's
so
why we
efficient.
are here to educate Nigerians about it. That you don't need to fight, you don't need to get involved in dirty fights. Just make sure that once your insurance is okay, then you can even ask for the other party insurance. Why not? We get involved with our other companies, so we do that.
Right. So instead of having to go cough out the 500,000 or perhaps 1.2 million naira to repair the vehicle, you guys are saying just that little or perhaps that accident, you guys can take care of it.
Yes, talk to us.
That sounds so efficient.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the fire insurance. Kindly define it for us first up before we move on.
Okay, so in a simple term, I would just say fire insurance provides financial protection against damage or loss of property due to fire, lightning, and allied perils. So we also help businesses and homeowners to recover from such disaster if it happens.
All right. So how can our listeners lodge a fire insurance claim?
Okay, once again, please ensure your safety. That's paramount to us. ICO loves all our customers. Try not to panic and then be calm. And check if there is fire extinguisher nearby or water. Just do your own safety, take your own safety precautions first. Then, if it is small fire, so you can quickly reach us to Lagos State Fire Services to put up the fire first. So once that is done and the fire is under control, please take pictures, videos, whatever you can lay your hand on that can give us a proof and evidence that occurs. And then report possibly to our iContact at icoplc.com or via our website, or you walk into our branches all over Nigeria to report. Then you submit all the supporting documents. So which includes fire report incidents, pictures of the damage, and estimate of loss.
Okay.
Just as simple as that.
Right.
Then ICO move on to assess. We do the assessment, we inspect the damage, and then we settle.
Straight up like that.
Yes, as simple as ABC.
So whether it's a motor accident, a fire, or even burglary, it's clear that ICO is committed to speedy and efficient service. But beyond all of this, Tony, beyond filing of a claim, what can our listeners do to prevent these unfortunate events?
Oh, yes, we cannot say it will not happen, but we just have to be careful. We just have to be cautious. But when it's happened, we are your best friend to talk to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just it, right?
Yes.
All right. That's very clear. Let's now jump into burglary insurance. But before we do that, we're going to take a short break. This is Insurance on the Move, and Oluwatoyin Dada is a non-life retail manager for ICO Insurance, and she's connecting with us this evening. We're talking how to really go about the different types of insurance claims and what you need to do in order to get your claim. So we're saying you do not need to fight when somebody hits you on the road, right? All you just need to get your third-party motor insurance or perhaps your comprehensive and reach out to ICO, and they'll be there to compensate you in a big way. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we talk about burglary insurance and, of course, other insurance claims that one can also process.
Honestly, I am fed up of my street.
Hey, what's wrong now?
I think my street is jinxed. Over the weekend, my apartment was burgled and the criminals made away with valuables. They even took my son's toy treasure box.
Stable and reliable.
And just this morning, there was a huge fire incident in my neighbor's house and he lost everything. I mean everything.
Wow. Anyway, like I said before, stable and reliable.
What are you saying? Are you mocking me?
Abba, of course not. I just said
obtainable, portable, blah blah blah. I can rhyme too. It doesn't help my situation.
Okay, you remember I had similar experience last year, but thankfully I had signed up to a fire and burglary insurance plan with a stable and reliable partner, ICO Insurance.
Oh, now I get it now.
Yeah.
But why didn't you tell me all this while now?
When the unexpected happens to your home appliances, ICO provides the insurance cover that makes you worry-led. Get the ICO Fire and Burglary Insurance Plan today. Call us on 0700 iContact. That is 0700 2442 668228 or visit www.icoplc.com to learn more. ICO Insurance, your stable friend. Yesterday, today, and always.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Insurance on the Move is the program, and I still have with me on the phone line Oluwatoyin Dada of ICO Insurance. Quickly, this flash update says the earlier reported accident at Alaka inwards Costain fully recovered right now. Movement very much in good shape as you move through that location. All right, then, Oluwatoyin, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
So let's talk about burglary insurance claims. How can people file for that?
Okay, a burglary insurance is a simple thing. The burglary insurance covers losses or damage to property due to theft or full entry. It also ensures that businesses and homeowners can recover from such an unfortunate incident when it happens.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can take some reactions as well. 080-99-120777, 09153-877127. If you have any questions that relates to claims, or have you ever benefited from claims in insurance, feel free. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Larry.
Larry, how are you doing?
I'm very good.
All right, Larry, talk to me.
Please, I want to ask, how long does it take to, for a claim like property insurance claim? How long does it take to file a claim?
Or to get your claim, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Just listen.
To process and settle a property insurance claim.
Oh, process and settle it. Okay, all right then. Just
yes,
listen.
How long does it take?
Okay then. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Tony, how long will it take for someone to process property insurance claim?
Yes, that's property insurance claim will take just more than 48 hours. That will just, let's give ourselves 72 hours upon full documentation.
72 hours, right?
Yes, upon full documentation.
Okay, this one here says, good evening, Victor. What happens if a policy holder disagrees with the settlement amount offered by ICO? Aziz is sending that one in from Cement. Do you have that kind of situation?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so what happens?
So, for example, if that happens, the insured is going to write us back that, okay, like we explained about our decide voucher, that we send a voucher to you to say, okay, accept this offer. So if you not accept the offer, he return it back to us and it maybe represents his position.
Okay.
We'll review that. And if you are comfortable with the position that he's presenting, the offer might be reversed.
Oh.
But if you're not comfortable, then we might maintain our position.
Okay. All right. Then 080-99-120-777. This one says, good evening. For someone considering insurance but hesitant because of claim worries, what reassurance would you give them? Tomiwa Ayodele. Okay, Tomiwa Ayodele is saying that one in. So for those who are hesitant about claims, what would you tell them this evening, Toyin?
Oh, Tomiwa, I would like to speak to you directly that claims work. It's work. Just please get all your documentation right. And once you get it right, the claim will be settled accordingly.
Okay. All right. Then this one says, Victor and Oluwatoyin, good evening. You guys are doing an amazing job. My contribution is that most insurance companies in Nigeria deliberately delay or avoid paying claims. Why is that so? Sheung Ibrahim, he sent that one. Sheung, thank you so much. Is that still the same? I know back in the days we used to talk about Mongo Park stories, but I heard those things have changed now. Atoyin.
Yes, exactly. It has changed, and the story has changed, and it's a new word, and we can assure our customers that the insurance world has changed to what it used to be.
So you're telling
just get your documentations right.
So you're telling us now that all documentations done 24 hours, my account will be credited.
24 to 48 hours, your account will be credited.
24 to 48 hours.
Yes.
Okay. So
on non-complex claims, sir.
Right, like a third-party motor insurance, right?
There is a normal comprehensive given.
All right. So somebody hits my car, damages my vehicle, and the total estimate of repairs will be like 1.3 million. Are you saying you guys will credit my account within 48 hours?
Once you have your estimates of repair, we'll discuss with your engineer and we'll do a spot assessment. Why not?
Okay. This one says, hello, Victor. Is there any way for policyholders with ICO to track the status of their claims in real time? You didn't put your name. Thank you so much. So does that happen?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay. So there's a way one can track it.
We can give an update where, for example, if it's a fire claim now, fire claim is a bit complex. So for complex claims, so we give an update where we have, let's assume that and we want to adjust the claim. We'll tell you that a mail will be sent to you that, okay, we have appointed this and that. So please support in assisting them for some information. So we keep giving an update for you to know where we are.
All right. So you are talking about burglary claim earlier on. How should one do it? For burglary claim, Oluwatoyin.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say burglary claim, how you can just go about it. Of course, your safety one. And after that, obtain and submit a police report along with your pictures. And if there are CCTV videos, because when you talk about burglary has to involve a first entry into maybe an apartment or a business area. So we will need that police report. And once we have that video or a CCTV recording and evidence that shows that there was a first entry, right, and then the inventory of the stolen items or maybe damaged items, why not? We'll then go on with our assessment and investigation. Once that is done, we settle or we replace.
All right, I'm learning a lot from you this evening, lots of information. But finally, let's talk about personal accident insurance. What exactly does it cover?
Yeah, just a financial compensation for injuries, maybe disability, even death resulting from an accident.
Okay, and how is it?
It should help your families to manage the medical expenses or loss of income due to that accident.
And how is the claim filed or how is it lodged?
Notify ICO with all the details of the accident. Okay. Provide the documents. We review and we do payouts.
Okay, just like others.
Yes, depending on the policy conditions of for compensation.
Okay, so let's talk about this now because some people would like to hear this. Sometimes people file for claims and they are claiming that they are denied. So, are there any red flags that might lead to a claim being denied?
Yes, a few things can lead to claim denied or rejection, such as if you don't provide a right information, maybe a false information, maybe the incomplete documentation, or maybe what you're claiming are not rights, or they are not covered. So that might make those are the red flags, and that might delay your claims or being denied.
Okay. So if I don't provide the right information, let's even look at the aspect of people losing their policy numbers. Some people lose their policy numbers, their policy details.
Yeah, that's why you can give us that one. If the information we are talking about is that maybe what happened to your car is not what you're claiming. Maybe it's a mechanical fault and you're claiming it's an accident. I'm just giving an instance. So Look at the things might make us to reject such claims.
Right. All right, then. So, what's your final advice as we round off the program this evening, Tony? What would you tell our listeners this evening?
Yes, our good listener, thank you for listening to us, and please report your claim promptly. Submit your full documentations. Kindly study your policies to understand your coverage, and then stay in touch with ICO. Bye.
All right, that would be a great one indeed. Thank you so much for connecting with us.
Yeah.
She's Oluwatoyin Dada, non-life retail manager for ICO Insurance, and we'll be talking about insurance claims. All right, so please take note. Anytime you have an accident on the road, or perhaps you have anything that relates to an accident, please go file for a claim. That 15,000 naira premium you've paid is for you to be covered for the whole year on the road. And what that means is that for a third-party holder, if you have an accident, the other person's vehicle or perhaps the other person's property will be fixed, and you do not need to cover the money. That's if you are responsible, if you are liable. All right. If it's a comprehensive, that means both your vehicle and that of the other person will be settled. All right. And that's what the ICO is telling you. They're here to support you all the time. All right. Tony, thank you so much for connecting with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Okay, then. So have a wonderful evening.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right. On that note, we'll be running off things on Insurance on the Move. Maximum thanks going out to Akan Hussein, who has produced the program this evening. And I say a big thank you as well to Definite Media Concepts for putting this program together. It comes again next Thursday by 6:30. But till then, I am Victor Oteri. Have a splendid evening. Bye.